Okay, today is the fifth day since the riots began. Hopefully, there won't be any tonight, but the way things have been going over the last few days, it's probably likely. And first of all, it was contained in London, and it was all because apparently it was in retaliation for the police uh, shooting and killing a family man who was allegedly a gangster. Well, that was the initial thought, but come on, that was bollocks. That was. It's like with the student protests last year. You know, these rioters weren't rioting for a cause. They were just rioting for the fact that they could, and and all and all the destruction that they subsequently caused. I mean, seeing 100-year-old family business, their building getting touched to the ground. Was watching it live. It was, you know, devastating to watch. Within 35, 40 minutes, it went from just a small fire to a complete inferno. And and now it's no longer just in London, which it was for the first 2 days. It's now spread around the country, and it's now come to my city. It came to Leicester last night, and fortunately, it wasn't as much damage as it was in Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, and all that sort of thing. And I suppose you could safely say I'm sort of grateful for that. The fact is, Leicester, Manchester, London, massive, massive metropolitan cities. Leicester, you can walk from one side of the city centre to the other in about an hour, easy. Probably even less than that. But the fact is, these writers, they're not smart, they're not clever. Oh, so they put scarves around their heads. They wear hoodies. That's just thuggish, and of course, people will recognise them. I mean, I suppose you could say that's the positive side to a small city. You know, will recognise who these people are. It's basically, I mean, what they're basically doing is shitting on their own doorstep. I mean, they are wrecking businesses that people use every day to uh, purchase merchandise in. People work in these properties, in these businesses, and you're just like thinking, you're just adding to the mayhem. You're adding to the problem that this country already has. We're already in a financial crisis. We're already in a high employment uh, predicament. I myself am unemployed, and now that fortunately, as I say, Leicester hasn't had the London treatment. But if it had, for example, you know, you're torching businesses of jobs that I could have gone for and things like that, and you're putting those people out of work. I mean, why? I mean, just because and the fact that there are kids doing this as well. 9, 10, 11. I'm like thinking, do we have an all year round school year? I mean, do we need to keep these kids in school so they're not out on the streets smashing up shop windows? But you just, I just can't believe. I mean, I was too young for the Brixton riots. That was 1981, so I was only just born. Um, I cannot believe what we witnessed over the last 4 days. It's devastating to watch. And of course, what a wonderful advert this country has given to the entire world. Less than a year before the Olympics. I mean, if I was the Olympic Committee, I would say, okay, we need a quick um, backup. Is China still available? Can we still use their facilities? Because if I was the Olympic Committee, I would actually And I'm British, I'm a patriot and all that sort of thing. But I would have to say, to punish us, which seems unfair, admittedly, but to punish our country, maybe we should have the Olympics taken away from us, because this is not a good advert for our country. Um, the way things have been last few days, I'm not proud to be British, but that's for the bad side. For the good side, look at all the cleanup riot crews and all that sort of thing. The amounts of police that do come out and stand in the line of fire. If I was, I mean, people that know me know I'm a fat guy. If I was 10 stone lighter, I would be a hell of a lot fitter. I mean, I'm only 23 stone, but if I was okay, 7 stone lighter or something like that. But the fact is, if I was lighter and fitter and all that sort of thing, I'd be out on the streets and I'd be volunteering to stand in the way as well. But the fact is, I'm not. I'm safe at home and all that sort of thing, and I'm just glad that the rioters, if glad is the right word, I'm just glad that the rioters are only targeting commercial buildings and they're not attacking homes. I think, although saying that, of course, down in London, uh, homes were caught up in it, of course, because there are homes above these commercial buildings and all that sort of thing, and that is the terrible side effect to this. People are made homeless by this. All I can say is, finally, you know, Cameron and co are doing something about it. They're now saying that, yeah, we'll bring out the rubber bullets, we'll bring out the water cannons, and all that sort of thing. Too little, too late, I think, really. But at least they are showing signs of progress. All I can say is, I hope the riots dwindle down in the next, from tonight. But I think the advert of Cameron saying, "Oh, we had 16,000 police last night." Good, and that's why people stayed in. Tomorrow, tonight, whoever, numbers will dwindle, and once the numbers dwindle again, the riots will probably kick up again. Who knows? But I hope there isn't any more.